Yeah, morning. This is Ray Bayman Neil. Just had a bath and that, and thought I'd give you a quick little chat. A couple of guys in the comments want to know what prisons are about. They've never been in prison, and they don't know. They don't know what it's about. So I just going to say a little bit about prison the first time, but my YP and my ball story, leave that aside because it's not like real prison. Because real prison, this is what real prison is like, yeah. So first of all, yeah, you do remand, and if you're convicted, you you get treated a lot different to if you're unconvicted. Unconvicted can more or less have what they like. They can have a food parceling and all that, this, that, and the other. They get completely different visits and everything. Yeah, but if you're convicted, I'll tell you about convictions. And really, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, but I can't say too much because that first time when I went in and I've done a bullshit, I've done a YP, I was a bit of a fucker. Come down and I had a little trouble, and they put me in the block, and I went back and I went to Albany. But I'm going to tell you what prison is about. This is how it is. Right, the first time you go in prison, you go in reception. You go in a cell, maybe 30 people in there, 25, 30 people. Stinks, smells of tobacco, smells of BO. People are just crying their eyes open, even being sick in the toilet. It's unbelievable. Not in it. Well, in them days there wasn't a toilet. I mean, it's me telling you there's a toilet. It wasn't a toilet in them days, yeah. So be sick in a corner. Asked to bring the bill to come out to use the toilets that the screws have got, but you could never use it. Anyway, you're in that cell, and all of a sudden your name gets called out. I go in there, I tell you, now you've been sentenced to so and so, you're doing X amount of time. And you go, fucking hell. And anyway, take your card, you give you a card, you go a little bit further along, take all your clothes off, and it stinks, and it's fucking stinking in there, the worst smell you could ever smell. Prison is the worst smell you could ever smell. And in them days, it really was bad. It was about the 70s, yeah? And in them days, it really was bad. It stunk, yeah? And if you go in there and they give you clothes, yeah? You can't argue about what you're given. They give you it, you know what I mean? And they're saying you've got to take a screw in there, making sure that they don't spoil you, give you something nice. So first of all, you get your pants. They come down maybe to your kneecaps or maybe come up to the top of your legs. You can't put them back. This is what you get. You get 2 pair of pants. Usually they're all stained at the back, where someone's had them before. Because in prison, I go on and tell you that you don't get no toilet paper. That's what. So everybody knows that you get paper like greaseproof paper, and when you go to shit, you wipe your arse and it goes straight up your back. You can't wipe your arse proper. It's impossible. So everybody's running around for newspapers to wipe their arse was a lot better. Anyway, so you're in reception. They give you your pants. You look at them, you think, fucking hell. And usually they're either too big, or you've got to tie them up at the back, or tie them up at the front. And then they give you a t-shirt, cut of t-shirts and a vest. Filthy dirty, all stains all over them, baggy as anything, or tight as anything. Then they give you a couple of shirts with no buttons. You've got to sew the buttons on. If you don't sew the buttons on, you get nicks, yeah? You've got to sew the buttons on the sleeves. You've got to sew the buttons on the actual shirt. This is them days. This ain't now where all the buttons, before all the buttons are put on properly, the shirts are a little bit neat and pressed. These are old shirts, yeah? Today them shirts were a fortune, 200 or 300 quid, but I'm on about the old times anyway, and they're the right bad way, right? And then you get a pair of trousers and a pair of jeans. Trousers, you're lucky. They usually, if you get the long ones, you're lucky. You get the ones that come up by your ankles, you're unlucky because you've got to go on a visit like that. That's it. You've got to wait until the washing them day where you can go and change them, but very rarely can you do it. You've got to remember, you're in prison, mate. They ain't bothered about how you look. They want to break up your marriage. They don't want you to have no one. They want to break up everything, mate. That's what it's about. They want to break everything up, yeah? So you got your shoes. No, you ain't got your shoes there. They give you a pair of shoes, lace-ups on, not today. Lace-ups, yeah? You get one size 10, one size 11. You ain't complaining, mate. You've got to take what it is. The shoes are fucked up, the laces. They're filthy dirty. You've got to clean them. You've got to polish them. You get about 3 pair of socks, all with holes in. This is prison, mate. And then you got to go in to your cubicle or into the big room. No, sorry, big room. You go into a big room and you're getting changed. You picked up your bedding. You got your mattress, your blankets, your sheets, and all that, everything. No, you ain't got your blankets yet. You got to pick all them up. You got your sheets, you got your pillowcases, you got your towels that are filthy dirty. You got other bits and pieces in there, spoon, knife, forks, and all that shit. Yeah, plastic, all plastic. Yeah. No, sorry, in them days it wasn't plastic, yeah. In them days it was metal, mate. Metal, little blade like that on the knife. I'm telling you, people might not remember this. It was all metal in those, yeah, in them days. And later on in life it become plastic because too many people were getting stabbed to death. I'm serious. And all of a sudden, then you go in the room. Listen, bath. You've got to have a bath. You've got to have a bath. Let me tell you about the bathroom, right? Do you remember there's 30 people in that cubicle, in that big room? So they do maybe 5 at a time for the bath, right? This is what they do. Usually 6, 5 or whatever it is, yeah? They have 2 baths. You go in there, you've got a guy, a con, that's putting the water in the bath with a screw looking. The water is 3 inches. 3 inches deep, and that's it. You get in the bath with carbolic soap. You're lucky. If you're the first one, you're lucky. But if you're the 3rd or 4th one, you ain't so lucky. Because the water is usually filthy dirty. People are pissed in the water, and you've got to sit in that water and use it as a bath with it, mate. And you're going crazy. You're going crazy. It stinks. There's all shit. There's snot everywhere. You know what I mean? You've got to remember, there's people in them fucking places, right, that go and get like 6 months, 8 months to a year for vagrancy. They ain't got nowhere to live, come in, they're filthy dirty, get in the bath, fucking shit everywhere. I'm on about shit, and you've got to get in that bath and have a bath. I mean, you're going mad. The amount of people they're nicking and taking down a block, arms up their back, mate, is unbelievable. So you've got to just get in there and do as it is. You get out of the bath, you go and get changed in the room. You go in the room, you've got little towels, filthy dirty towels to get washed down with, right? You put your clothes on, they give you. You can't believe it, mate. You've just been in the court. You've been in the court, you've been sentenced, and now all your nice clothes are being chucked in a box. In a box. Not even folded up, just thrown in the box, and that's it, mate. Yeah, no one goes in it and they go in a rack. So you've been all nice. When you see your missus or your girlfriend, she looks at you and you was nice. You used to go out of her, smelling nice, looking nice, and going to the clubs and all this, that, and the in the pubs. In them days, it was nice, yeah? You got all these clothes on, you look like a bag of shit, you smell like a fucking, well, you smell unbelievable, you stink. You're sitting in there, and maybe 10, 15 in there. You're in there for what? Hour, 2 hours? Go and get your grub. You go and get your food. Your food is like nothing you've ever seen before. But you've already been with mine, so you don't forget, you're unconvicted, yeah? You're unconvicted, so food that you get is quite different to what other people get, because you can buy it, it's the other, but because now you're convicted, you've got to eat what they eat, right? And it's crap. It's absolutely crap. But the thing is, you've got to eat it, yeah? Usually it's a stew, the worst stew in the world, it stinks. It don't taste too good. Bread is, in them days, you didn't get nothing net like loaves of bread, like you get today, cut bread, sliced bread. It was like sliced bread, but it had been made in the prison, which is better really than what it is today. Rolls or whatever, but the food was absolutely diabolical. This is the scrubs. This is Roman scrubs. So now you've had your food, you go in there, you fucking smoke everywhere. You don't smoke, the rooms are tiny. And not tiny, but a tiny-ish. 4 or 5 cells in one. Stinking of smoke. You just had a bath, mate, and then people is stinking in there of smoke. They open the door, call your name, bump, bump, bump. You go out, pick your bedding up. You go to this fucking place, right? The bedding's stacked up, rolled up rolled up your blankets and your bedspread. Bedspread, usually green or red, usually green. Yeah. You go in there, you pick this thing up, you stacked high, you pick one of them up. You can't go through it like you want to go through it. You pick it up, you put it under your arm, and you go back in the cell. You're looking at this thing rolled up, mate, and it's diabolical. The smell, you've never smelled anything like it in your life. You think, oh my God, what have I done? What have I come into this? This is unbelievable. And this is your bedspread. This is something that goes on top of your bed. 9 times out of 10, people put them on the floor. That's what they're doing, and they roll them up, and they put them up there, and you're taking it. You don't know what's going on. Anyway, I don't remember. I've done Bird before. I don't really know this, but I'm just trying to explain to you what it's like. People that have never been in prison and they want to know. All of a sudden, mate, you're there, and you're thinking, oh, what? You're going to a cell, mate. You can't believe it. You're going to a cell. Usually, my luck is on the 4s, but but you want to go on the 1s, but usually you go on the 4s, or the 3s, or the 2s. My luck, first time, I went on the 2s. This is when I had the aggravation with the Indians and all this, but I'm going to tell you what it's like for people that's going to listen. You go in a cell. This is what I'm telling you is the truth. You go in a cell, 4-handed. 4-handed. 4 people in the cell. I was lucky because I got 3 in the cell before, but I'm telling you what it's like. This is it. 4 in the cell. Or 3 in the cell if you're lucky. 4 in the cell. You go in the cell. You got a corner unit with a bowl on it, or a bit of what usually people got their own bowls under there. There's a bowl in the corner, this is yours. There's a cup, there's a jug. On the floor, there's a metal, aluminium piss pot. And if you're lucky, there's a bucket in there. There's a bucket, but in them days, it wasn't a bucket. It was an aluminium piss pot, a jug, a cup, and all these bits and pieces. You get in there, your bed, 99 times out of 10, is the bunk on top. You've got to get up there and you look at the mattress. They've all changed the mattress. The people in the cells have changed the mattress to give you the shittest mattress possible, because that's what it goes on. That's how it is. You're going to do the same thing when they go. You're going to nick their mattress. Mate, that mattress has got more holes in it than enough. It stinks. It stinks. You've got to remember, them people have been laying on that mattress, mate. That mattress has been in that cell maybe 2 years. Absolutely filthy, dirty, shit, stinks, worst stink you can ever get. You take your stuff out of the roll up, or no, you take your stuff out the pillowcase. You put the case on your pillow that's solid, stinking, filthy, rotten, dirty. Stinking, filthy, rotten, dirty, like the mattress. Absolutely filth. That much of a pillow. Absolutely filthy, filthy, dirty. You think, what have I fucking got here? Then you put your sheet on the bed. Your sheet is stained already, where they ain't really washed them. You put them on about, this is the old times, mate. The 70s, this ain't now. This is the old times. Bed's absolutely fucking filthy. You get in there, they're smoking like troopers. Smoke, 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 smoke. You can't breathe, mate. You got little windows like that slide across. Doink, doink. If you're lucky, you got a cell with the windows. But 9 times out of 10, in the summertime, they can't breathe. What do? They smash the windows. Little windows like that, they smash them. So when you get in a cell, if you're lucky, you get in a cell in the summertime. If you're unlucky, you get in there in the winter time, where it's absolutely freezing cold. You've got a pipe underneath that's supposed to have heating on it. It's freezing cold. Very rarely do they put the heating on. It costs too much money. This is the old times. You're in a cell. These people are smoking like fuck. Smoking, smoking, smoking. You don't smoke. you're coughing, you can't breathe. What have I got here? All of a sudden, they come along, lights out. Lights out? You just got in it. The lights are out. But even the lights are out, it still can see because the lights outside shines in your cell, so it's a little bit lighter. Try and nod off. Don't forget you have a right epoxy day in a van, in the cells, in the nick, in court, and all this, that, and the other. Down reception, a big cell. It's not 11 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever, 9 o'clock. It's late because they put the light on for you to get everything together, and then they come along and turn the light off. Yeah, all the other cells in the nick are turned off. But on your cell, all the other cells with receptions come in. They give you an hour to sort out, and they come and click your light off, clicked off. You're lying in there, all of a sudden, you can't believe the smell. You've got to remember, these people are farting. These people are passing wind, farting like fucking the cell. Because the food, it makes you. You can't help it. It's the food you're eating. The food is absolute shit. The food is so bad, but you've got to eat it, and it's making you fart. You can't help it. And when you shit, it's not a shit, mate. It's not even nice. But you've got to remember, you've got one pot. You've got one pot in that cell. One aluminium pot, about 6 inches by 9 inches round. That's all you've got for one person, for three or four in that cell. Right? That's all you've got, mate. I'm telling you, you don't believe me? This is what happens. So, what happens? I'm laying in bed. You know it's going to happen because I've had it all before. But I'm telling you what happens, yeah? The smell's unbelievable. You look down, and the guy's putting newspaper on the bed. Newspaper. What the fuck? What's he do? He goes over, gets the pot. He puts the pot in front of him, and he squats on the newspaper, but not on it, just above it. He pisses in the pot. This is disgusting. But this is prison. This is what prison's about in them days. He shits on the paper. It's filthy dirty. It's not even thick. It's all runny. It's in the paper. They fold the paper up. All the shit's running out. They've got to wipe it with old T-shirts. They're running out the thing. He folds it. He rips a bit of his sheet off. He ties it all up in a parcel, and he throws it out the window. There's 1 million parcels being thrown out the window at night time. You look across the yard, there's about 6 million fucking cockroaches walking about, eating your poo. Eating your poo. The cell stinks. You can't believe this is it, mate. This is it. You've got to do so much bird, and this is it. You're going to move on, because it not happens to me, but these people, we've all got to go through it. I'm telling you, the people that don't know about prison, what it's about, and you're trying to sleep, and you're vomiting, you want to be sick because it stinks. He's wiping up the shit. In the morning, the light goes on at 7 o'clock. Everybody's out of bed. You've got to make your bed up. You think, fucking, it's stinking. You've got to try and have a wash with a jug and a jug. And it's diabolical. This is four-handed. Right, don't forget, this is four-handed, not three-handed. This is four-handed. I'm telling you how it was then, yeah. Three-handed, you'd be lucky, but I've got the three. But I'm telling you about the fours. This is a three. You all got to get out of bed. You all got to get dressed. You got to get dressed in the old days. You got to put your jeans on. You got to put your shirt on. You got to put your tie on. You got to put your jacket on. You got to get your piss pot. One aluminium piss pot. Walk down there, everybody takes turns of taking it down there, and you empty it in the slop out. You come back, you get in your cell, then you go and get the water, the hot water. Don't forget, you got one jug between 4 people or between 3 people. Hot water. A lot of people walk down with the bowls, fill the bowls up. Screws not like that, they go fucking into one. They can't nick you for it, but they don't like it, yeah? They cause you aggravation. Maybe you get unlocked last, and it's freezing cold, the water, so you best do as you're told. About them days, 70 screws are arseholes. They're all 6'4" wide and 6'4" tall. They're all ex-military police, and they're all horrible people. That all they want to do is hurt you, bang you up, and make things hard for you, yeah? So now you're in your cell, you've washed, the water's there, undo, you've got to get out and get your slop out. You've slopped out again, bang up. Everything's bang up, bang up, bang up. You've got to remember that in the morning when they come in, they go for these metal gates, they smash these gates, 4s, 5, 6 in the morning, smash these gates to pieces, and it's terrible, mate. You can't believe it. This is fucking prison. You've got to do maybe 2 years remand in the same way if you don't buckle down and do your own thing. I didn't muck about. I've done my own thing. All of a sudden, food. You come down, you got your tie, everything's not washed, everything's all. A lot of people don't wash it. They're stinking. You go down the big queue, you pick up your tray. You come down with a bowl, and you got your cup. First thing you get is porridge, if you want it. Porridge in the prison is absolutely shit, but it's the best food to eat, porridge. That's why everybody has the shits, because it is what it is. You go along a bit further, 1 piece of bacon that's so thin that you can see through it. Move on a bit further, butter. Then you get your bread, or whatever your bread butter. It's all you get. This is your food. If you're lucky, you might get a bit of egg. If you're lucky, scrambled egg, and it ain't a scrambled egg. We go along a bit further, you get your bread, your butter, you walk out the thing, put your cup under the urn. Your tea's the most worst tea tasting you've ever tasted in your life. In them days, you used to go out the back stairs, big concrete stairs. You come down on the other stairs, the metal stairs, and you go up on the concrete stairs at the back. All the aggro happens on them stairs. All the aggro, all the people want to nick your food, punch you in the mouth, knock you down the stairs, nick your bacon, all that sort of thing. It happens 24/7. It's always happening. When you go back to your cell, you eat your food. You put your tray on the floor. All of a sudden they come round. 2 hours later, open your door, trays outside. Now don't forget, you've eaten your food. You've been woken up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. You're tired. It's diabolical. Everybody's laying on that bed. Stinking. Absolutely stinking. Come on, you're 300 or 400 in the cell. It's stinking. The door opens up. Downstairs, you got to sit on these seats waiting to go and see the governor to tell you your earliest date of release and your longest day of release. And when you go in there and tell you want to faint because you can't see their numbers, mate. You think, oh my God, is that what it is? Because you ain't thought about it before. Now they're giving you these numbers, you can't work it out. What the fuck's these numbers? They can't be right. You go in there, it's 71, 69, and you're going out is 81 or something. You can't work it. Nah, it can't be right. That can't be right. You go up and say you're trying to work it out, and you get the longest days of this, that, and the other. You can lose remission in them days just by farting. You can lose remission walking down the landing, farting by a screw. 3 days remission. You can walk down a fucking landing, fall over, water goes everywhere. 2 days remission. You lose remission, easy. You can go in there with a 10 and do half of that 10, which is 5 years, or you do 6 years, 8 months, which in them days you've done 3/4 of it, yeah? So if you don't buckle up, mate, you can get out of that remand or that sentencing, right? You can get out of there once you've been convicted. You've got a 10, you do 6, 8, you can get out of there doing the whole fucking 10. You think I'm joking? You can lose so much remission in prison because there's so many arseholes in there you have a fight with that you're going to lose. You're losing. You get a visiting committee, a VC, mate, you're in trouble. You can lose 6 months, 18 months at a time It's this easy, not 18 months, got to go to court for that, but it's a VC visiting committee that can take birds. I think it can take up to, I don't know, what, 9 months, 10 months, I'm quite sure. Someone's going to tell me on the comment, obviously so. And that's it, yeah? And then all of a sudden you go back in your cell, after you put your trays out, your bits and pieces, exercise. Everybody's going out there. Everybody's looking for fags, looking for cigarettes. You're walking in the scrub, it's quite a big exercise yard. You're walking around there, everybody's talking about the appeal. Everybody's talking about, oh, I've got a pill this, a pill that, I can get out on this, I can get on that, and get dropped. Everybody's talking about a pill. Everybody's talking about a pill in the sentence. That's what it is. And then all of a sudden, go back to your cell, dinner time. It's the same thing. You're laying in your bed, dinner time. You go down, get your dinner. It's absolute crap. It's usually stew or the finished roast beef or the roast pork you've ever seen in your life. Hardest potatoes you've ever tasted in your life. Greens that are there's no flavour in them. This is why you're pooing all the time, because there's absolute shit, the food. There's no vitamins, nothing in it. You're lucky to be alive. You think I'm joking, mate? This is them days. This is what they need to do today. Like, you know, mate, you can believe it. All of a sudden, what happens? Come round, knocking on the door, visit. The guy in the cell's got a visit. He's been laying down. He doesn't even know. Don't forget, there's no phones. There ain't no phones, mate. All it is letters. You get one letter for one letter. If you put a letter out, you've got to wait for the letter to come back before you can write another letter. So your wife, you might send a letter out to VO, one PO, privileged PO, if you're lucky. That's a PVO, it's a privileged VO. So you get one visit per month. A PVO is maybe get that one for 2 weeks. So it's every 2 weeks if you're lucky. You fuck about, they take it off you. This is what they do. So you got a letter, you put a letter in your letterbox. Everybody's putting letters in the box with the VO, the first in, they don't want to see their wife, don't they? If they think you're an arsehole, what they do? When they take the letter out, they throw it in a bin with the VO. And now you're waiting like a fork for your visit, it don't come. You go down the office, they go, oh, there must have been something's happened, bit of food, put it for another VO. You put it for another VO, and you're like 2 months before you get a visit. Your wife's going crazy. She sits on a visit waiting for you to wait. You got to remember, this is what you got. You got the world's clothes, and you got to wear greys to go on a visit. Grey jacket, grey trousers, shirt and a tie in them days, yeah? This is what you got to wear. And don't forget, you've not been in the prison very long, because you ain't had time to get all the nice things that you want to get. Fucking hell. No toothpaste. Don't forget, you don't even know you got a visit. You don't even know you got a visit. No phones. You told them to book a visit, you don't know when it is. You give them a day, you say Wednesday or Thursday. She might not be able to make Wednesday or Thursday. So she comes on a Monday or Tuesday. All of a sudden you're laying in bed stinking. Visit. Fuck it. You're rushing around, got to get changed. Do you want to visit, yes or no? If you don't hurry up, I'm going to tell the visitor to go away, you don't want to see him, yeah? You're fucking rushing around. You don't brush your teeth. You won't brush your teeth, your breath stinks, because you've been laying in the cell. You just said whatever, brush stinks. You're stinking. You got the worst fucking clothes ever. Usually short trousers, shirts all shitted up, jackets fucking like shit. And there you are, waiting to go on a visit room. You can sit in the visit room, you're sitting, waiting for it to be called. You're sitting at the table, your visitor's come in. She sees you, and in her eyes, she wants to cry, man. She's seeing the man that she left to go to court. She see this man get his sentence. She see this man in the dock looking like a proper, mate. Suit, tie, everything. It's clean. Aftershave, smells beautiful, looks lovely. Shave, clean shave, everything. All of a sudden, she's going in there. Her man looks like a bag of shit. Looks like these people have beat him. She can't believe that this man is supposed to be a big-time Charlie Potatoes, and these people have ruined him. he's been ruined in 2 months. She can't even kiss you. Your breath stinks. She's telling you, what the fuck have you been eating? Your breath stinks. You're trying to tell her, and you can't touch her. Don't forget, this is them days. They're sitting over that side, you're sitting this side, and you stink. You're not even allowed to touch them. You get a kiss, and that's it. Half hour, if you're lucky. If you're lucky. She's looking at you as the man you was. This is what they want to do. They are there to break your marriage up. They are there to break your marriage up. They don't want you to have no woman. They don't even want you. The only people they want you to have, and the only people you always have, is your mum and your dad and your brothers and your sisters, if you're lucky. If you ain't fucking hurt your mum so much that she can't cope with it no more, yeah? Because she's seen you go through everything. Detention centres, a Borstal, YPs, this, that. She's seen you go through all that and she can't take any more of it. And they're doing a big sentence. Right? It happened to me, mate. And you go in and you know what the score is. You're stinking. You're stinking. You get half hour if you're lucky. She doesn't even want to kiss you. She kisses you on the cheek. She goes out there crying her eyes open. She goes back to her house and she's crying. Because now they beat you. She can't believe that you're this hard man that no one dare boo at you, and yet you let these people walk over you like a bag of shit. This is what it is, mate. This is what it is. This is why you're lucky in them days. I was one of the foolish ones that didn't give up prison, yeah? That thought, fuck it, I'm fighting it. I ain't going to give up for these arseholes. Don't forget, I went through a lot. Everybody knows my story. Or if they don't, they will find out very soon, because I'm getting this book sorted out. This is why I ain't doing a lot of interviews with Sean Atworth and people like that, because I want to get this book sorted out. I don't want to ruin it, yeah? So, anyway, I've told you mostly about prison. I ain't told you it all, but this is most of it, yeah? And anyway, please like and subscribe. It's an early Saturday morning. So please like my podcast, like and subscribe. And this is what prison's about. I'm only sorry that it ain't like it today, because it'll make people realise, don't go in prison, mate. That ain't worth it. This is what happens. It ruins your life. It ruins your marriage. It ruins everything, yeah? It kills your mum. It kills your dad. It does everything. It ain't no good, mate. It ain't no good. If prison was like that today, that's why in them days you had 44,000, 46,000 prisoners. Today you got about 106 prisoners, 107 prisoners, even 200 prisoners. I don't know. Thousands of prisoners. You had 100,000 prisoners, maybe even more. In them days it was 44,000 prisoners. So just to show you what it was like, and there was still three up in the cell. Do you know what I mean? So they made more prisoners. People were spoiled today. Anyway, have a nice day. Like and subscribe. See you later, alligator. Take care.